Another weekend of sales is all wrapped up. Everything I picked over the weekend, I bring it into the garage here and I pile it up all over the place and eventually get to it. But this is everything that came out of the truck from this weekend. And there's some pretty good pieces in here. There's some pretty bad pieces. I went to one estate sale Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday were town-wide garage sales in a few different areas. Friday was actually pretty bad. I only picked up some pulleys, and these two clamps over 100+ miles. It was every house seemed to have baby clothes and just the stuff you don't want. But anyways, let me go over a few of these things here. I don't remember what I paid for everything, but I'll throw some comps up in the corner of the screen here, and you can see what some of these things are worth if you find them in the wild. This, I want to say I paid $10 for it, and then when I got it home, where is it? It's tough to see. There's a $5.99 sticker on it, and they got it from the thrift store. But these I buy all the time. They sell pretty quickly. There's two different models. This one, it's got the plug, obviously, and the speed adjustment is right here. The other model has a remote control to adjust the speed, and it plugs into the side. And a lot of times that remote's missing, and if you don't have it, it's gonna kill the value on this thing. But something to look out for, these leg exercise machines. And obviously you can't go wrong with the Panasonic, the OmniVision, the Blue Line. Not all of them are worth the money. I can't remember this exact model, but I'll throw it up on the screen there. This was a $5 purchase. And at the same sale, I grabbed this GE Super Radio for $5. I've sold these before in the past. They do pretty well. They're cool little radios. I think they take D batteries. So if you grab one and it weighs 10 pounds, definitely open the back up and make sure those batteries haven't corroded and wrecked the inside. The smart pool alarm, I think this is a miss. I paid $5. I think it was it $5? Yeah, $5 for that. Sell-through rate is brutal. It's new in the box, but it was worth a gamble, toward the end of the day of driving 100+ miles and not finding anything. The estate sale on Thursday, though. So a lot of these things here came from that sale. And there's actually a whole bunch more. There's some Mickeys in here. There's some Michael Jackson dolls. And lots of Steins. There are a lot of Steins and a lot of dolls at this house. Like way too many. Borderline creepy. Well, it was creepy. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw what those rooms look like. But anyways, I picked up these faces here that were mounted on the wall. I don't know what they're worth. I happened to look up this on Google Image, and somebody was asking like $135 on eBay. So I picked it up for a couple bucks. It was worth it. The glass table at this sale, I think these were like $3 or $5 a piece, along with these pieces here. That is lead, 24% lead crystal. I think it says Blay Crystal on it. I forgot the actual company that makes this, but when I did some research on it, I found that one had sold at auction for $99. So that was well worth the purchase. This is Murano, 24 karat gold paint. You'd think this would be worth a decent amount of money, but I want to say these are only like $20 to $30, but still worth a couple bucks to grab at that estate sale. I can't say no to these paperweights. Some of these are marked. This one I actually already have upstairs. This is Murano. It's very tough to make out, but this is the Mille Fiori. It's got the Murano sticker on it. It's got some scuffs and scratches. Very cool little piece. This is, what is this, Kerry glass, I think? Yeah, this one is Kerry glass. Smaller piece, not worth a ton of money, but still pretty cool to pick up. Now, the Steins at this sale, these are all local to my area. There's a truck back here that goes along with the stuff I found from this sale, but these are all from the FX Matt Brewery, or Utica Club, Saranac, whatever you prefer to call it. These were all $10 a piece, and most of them are going to bring around $70 each. This could go up to $100, I think. They made a ton of these things, and I grabbed every one at this house. You can see this one here, first edition Webco, Utica, New York. They're all in great shape. You can tell this person took very good care of their stuff. Like I said, I grabbed all these Steins that were from this brewery. There were tons of other Steins there that I just didn't know about, and I kind of left behind. But I did pick up this because it is hideous. It says something in German like "we don't need a mother-in-law" or something like that. And there's one on Worth Point, but the lid is different, and the paint is also slightly different. But I think this was $5, so why not? I grabbed it. Same brewery, the Utica Club Trolley. I think this is made by Ertl. It's dated 1995. I can't find any comps on this anywhere. I actually rode in that, well, not that, but the trolley when it existed back in the day at that brewery. They had it on the brewery tour, and unfortunately it was lost in a fire years ago. Same brewery. Here is a snow globe. It does work, but you can see the water is absolutely disgusting. And there's ways where you can pop these open, take the water out. It actually looks like it's separated inside there, and the piece moved a little bit. So these can bring some pretty good money. However, this one is in rough condition. So I'm going to try to change the water out. There's some videos on YouTube of how to do that with a different mixture of stuff, and then how to save the little glitter inside there. But still pretty good. I think these go for close to $100 if they're in good condition. So that was well worth the purchase. Same house, this weird little baby mug, and these little things. These had a funny name. What the heck were these? Their arms are like tied onto them. They're little chunky babies. They're called Happy Fats. Sister and brother with jointed arms. But the kicker, so all of these were priced pretty well. And then on the dollar table, we found a Linemar Mickey. Now, I don't think the nose is original to this. It looks like someone cut the rubber around it and stuck it in there. It's kind of weird. It comes out like that. I don't think that's original. But this piece, my best guess, based on some recent comps, this should bring about $250, and it only cost me, it was either $1 or $2. I can't remember. Oh, how could I forget? Same sale. Cameras were $5 a piece. This camera we'll get to in a second, but the film cameras were all $5 a piece. And if you see this one, if you've been selling on eBay long enough, you know that these bring some decent money. Now this is the XA2, but it does have the flash, so this could bring about $100 as long as it works. Parts only, they still go for around $50. Now the XA, the first model, well, there's XA, XA2. The XA is the higher end version. This has been a little more simplified, so the XA will bring a little more money. This one's a Minolta Highmatic AF autofocus. Not a huge money maker, but this one's very, very clean. Should still bring more than what I paid for it. A lot of these cameras, if they're super nice, I'll actually just keep them because I do still shoot film. I'm one of the few that actually still use film. But if it's a cool old camera, I'll keep it and shoot some rolls through it before I sell it. This is one of the legendary cameras here. This is the Canon AE1 program. There's a small battery that goes behind there. This is in very, very good shape, aside from, well, I'm not going to pop it open one-handed, but the light seals in it have all disintegrated. So they look, well, kind of like that on the inside. And they're not terrible to do. You can buy the kits online, and you can do it yourself if you get, you can get some like bamboo sticks or like some old wooden, the wooden handles of a Q-tip and shave it down a little bit and then scrape away at the old seal and replace them. It's usually less than $15 for the kit. So it's well worth doing it because it'll bring the value up quite a bit. Fujifilm, nothing special. This is a Fine Pix AX, same sale. I think it's a Fine Pix, yeah, AX 300. There's a flash over here that goes with the Canon. And then they had some Walkmans mixed in with the camera bags. Well, this is a voice recorder, the Sony Clear Voice TCM 150. These bring pretty good money as long as they work. And we all know Walkmans bring decent money as long as they work. And, well, as long as the batteries aren't in there completely destroying the inside. So luckily, these were both very clean. Actually, everything at this house that took batteries had no batteries in it, which is wonderful because I usually buy things with batteries in them, not thinking I get home and they're completely destroyed, and you got to either toss them or hope that they can be fixed. This here, I paid up for it. I think it was $30. However, these bring some pretty good money. I've sold quite a few in the past. This is the Canon PowerShot ELPH 115 IS. And right now, I want to say at the time of filming this, There's only one on eBay for $70 with parts only, and they can go for over 200 if they're working. So that was a very good buy to start the day off. That was actually from Friday's sale. And then right down the road from that house, I don't always buy Tupperware, but I had to buy these. I can't remember what exactly these are worth here. There's different numbers on all of them, and I might sell them. I might just sell the whole thing as a lot, or I'll separate it by colors and then throw that little picture in. I don't know. This just screams 80s childhood here with these little tops, these old Tupperware pictures. I love seeing those things. That's like the only Tupperware I usually buy. Because most of it's going to be trash, but some of the old stuff can bring some good money. Well, at the estate sale here with the Steins, I did buy a Doritos Super Bowl phone for $5. It was not a good buy. Sell-through rate is terrible, but it looks cool, so we're gonna hold on to that for a little while. Maybe put it in the corner if there's room and display it for a little bit. Then lastly, grab some of these. I think I paid $5 for the pair. I don't know why. Because they don't typically bring good money. However, this one has the little coin still in there, and I didn't look it up yet, and I don't know if it says Pokemon 3 the movie, so it's got to go with this. So I'm hoping that adds a little more value to it. So that's pretty much it. I know there's a lot of stuff here I didn't go through, these little letter openers and stuff, but and the dolls. But anyway, that's what I picked up over the weekend, so I should do okay. There's obviously some misses in here that are either going to go to, well, they're going to get piled up in the corner of the garage here and sent to a garage sale if I have one later in the year, or I'll just donate them and get them out of the way. But thanks everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.